Hello everyone, this is CA Rekha. So in this session I'll be covering the topic of risk assessment. So this is coming as your fourth chapter in the ICA study material, risk assessment and internal control. So here we'll be going through the topics of audit risk, what is the concept of materiality, what is performance materiality, what are the different types of risk, what is risk of material misstatement all about, what are the different procedures, and so on and so forth. So in the last class we studied what is audit risk, audit evidence, and what are the different procedures to procure audit evidence and what are audit procedures. So we'll start with the session with audit risk. What is audit risk all about? So, as we all know, normally what is the main objective of doing an audit? The main objective of doing an audit is to give a opinion on the financial statements, and the financial statements are representing a true and fair view. It represents a true and fair view of the affairs of the particular entity, and the financial statements are prepared as per your applicable financial reporting framework. So, in some cases, when the financial statements are materially misstated, it means there is some lots of mistakes, there are lots of errors, and these errors or these misstatements are material in nature, they are substantial in nature. In such cases, the auditor he might give a clean report, an unmodified report. That means without any qualifications, without any queries, there is no adverse comments. So in such situation, when the financial statements are materially misstated and the auditor is giving a unmodified report or he is giving a clean report, does it sound appropriate? No, it doesn't sound appropriate. So it is an inappropriate opinion when the financial statements are materially misstated. So this kind of risk, when the auditor is giving an inappropriate opinion, when the financial statements are materially misstated, is called as your audit risk. So this is kind of risk associated with your audit. It could also be when your financial statements are proper. It is representing the true and fair view of the affairs of the entity, and it is prepared as per your reporting framework. All the laws and regulations are compliant. Everything is fine. But still the auditor is going ahead and giving adverse comments or a modified report. In such case also, your audit opinion is inappropriate. So when there is an inappropriate opinion, whenever there is a risk of giving an inappropriate opinion, when your financial statements are materially misstated, it is called as a audit risk. So basically, if you want to classify audit risk, you have to classify audit risk as what? In the As a formula, if you classify audit risk, it will be a function of your risk of material misstatements and the detection risk. Detection risk, we'll see what is detection risk all about. So it is a risk associated with failure to detect the material misstatements, and also you have your risk of material misstatements. So now we'll see what is audit risk all about. So as I said, audit risk is a risk of giving an inappropriate opinion when the financial statements are materially misstated. So it is always a function of what? It is a function of your risk of material misstatement and detection risk. So if you put it as a formula, audit risk will be your risk of material, product of your risk of material misstatement and the detection risk. So but whenever you go ahead with the assessment of risk, it is always a matter of professional judgment. It is always subjective in nature. It depends on the experience of the auditor. It depends on the judgments that is put forward by the auditor, whether there is a risk or not. This assessment of risk is pertaining to the particular judgment of the auditor. So there could be lot of concerns relating to this particular statement, because it is never a conclusive one, because it is always a matter of judgment here. Now we'll see what is materiality. What in this we saw risk of material misstatement. We'll see what is material and what is performance materiality. Then we'll see what is a misstatement, what is the risk of material misstatement. So now going on to materiality. So when do you call a item as material? So what is materiality? So materiality is whenever an item is said to be material. Why? If its misstatement is whenever there is a misstatement of a particular item and that particular item's misstatement influences a decision of the users of financial statement. Say for example, the profit of a particular company. Say the profit has to be, say they was expecting a huge profit. Say for example 50 lakhs, but because of some kind of errors or because of some kind of a wrong accounting treatment, it could be within your transaction level, or it could be on your account balance level, or maybe at the time of disclosure also. So there is some kind of an error or misstatement in any of these levels, because of which not a profit of 50 lakhs, which is supposed to be a 50 lakh profit, it was reported as say 5 lakhs. It is drastically reduced. So won't it affect the shareholders who have invested in the company? So shareholders will be expecting huge share, huge bonus or huge share of their profits. But since the profit is drastically reduced because of some kind of misstatement, it is affecting the users or decision of the users of financial statement. So now the investors tend to buy back, or they tend to sell off their shares. They will not tend to invest in that particular company again, because that amount of profit what they were expecting and what they have received now, it is drastically reduced. But this is because of some kind of a misstatement. So such kind of a misstatement, such kind of any item, if it is, it will be said to be material if the particular misstatement of that particular item influence the decision of the users of financial statement. So this again varies from what one particular client to another client, one entity to entity, transaction to transaction also it varies. So from one client, if a particular value of 5 lakh is said to be material, for another client it might be 50 lakhs. It depends on the size of the company, operations carried forward by the company, the volume of business of that particular company. So it is not a fixed value or a fixed amount. Varies from client to client and also from transaction to transaction. Transaction to transaction means what? Say for example, your total expenses up to say 5 lakhs is not material. Say for example, we'll take one component of an expense. Say your cost of goods sold up to 5 lakhs. There is any kind of a change or variation up to 5 lakhs, the tolerance level is set. The company has a risk appetite of taking losses or taking a variation in the cost of goods sold up to 5 lakhs. Up to 5 lakhs, if it is reduced, it's fine, it is okay. Say, but for example, the staff welfare expense. Staff welfare expense, it may not be that 5 lakhs. Maximum variation that can happen from a year to, or from a quarter to one quarter, is within the staff welfare expenses maximum say 50,000 or 5,000. 50,000 or 1 lakh. So that value will be material. So it varies from transaction to transaction and also from client to client. It is never constant. Now again, this also is a matter of judgment of the auditor. So it is an auditor fixes a materiality level. So it could be either with respect to a particular transaction, as I said, with respect to two different expenses, it could be different kinds of materiality levels. Let's say for example, within this particular, for example, for a particular expense, maximum variation or maximum misstatement could be say 50,000 or 1 lakh. For another set of expenses or another transaction, it could be a different one. So it could be in the transaction level, or it could be in the account balance level, or maybe it could be also on the disclosure level. So it can be on any three levels. That is, one is account balance, class of transaction and disclosure. Think it as ABCD: account balance, class of transaction and disclosure. So it can be in any of the three levels, and this is a matter of judgment by the auditor, and it varies from client to client. Say for example, the company has stated, the total value, the total value of a particular, say for example, expense, advertisement expenses, say up to 5 lakhs. If there is any kind of error or any kind of misstatement due to error of whatever it is, if there is up to 5 lakhs, means the company can consume that much. Okay, this is fine with the company. Up to 5 lakhs means it is okay. But anything above 5 lakhs, if there is any variation or if there is any misstatement of that particular item above 5 lakhs, that is above 5 lakhs of misstatement for that particular advertisement expense, then it will be considered as material. But say for example, this one item is, there are like a set of transactions together. For all the transactions together, the company has set a value of 5 lakhs. It's not advertisement expenses, it's a set of transactions. So each of the transactions, the total misstatement is below 5 lakhs. But together, all the transactions together, the total misstatement comes to 7 lakhs. So should I consider this as a materiality, or this item is material or not. Here comes the concept of performance materiality. So individually, these transactions or these account balances may not be material. Misstatement of that particular item will not influence the decision of the users of financial statement because it is not material. Because all the differences or all the misstatements say one is 5,000, one is 10,000 and so on and so forth. But together, if you take everything together, it might cross the materiality limit. In such cases, the auditor should not leave that 7 lakhs, should not take only those transactions. If it is not greater than 5 lakhs, it is not like that. He should do it on a cumulative basis. Together, he should see whether the total misstatement is above 5 lakhs or not. Not even though it is individually not more than 5 lakhs. Together, if it is more than 5 lakhs or not, he should see. So here comes the concept of performance materiality. So we'll see what is performance materiality all about. So performance materiality means materiality of the financials in order to understand the level. Say the materiality level that is fixed by the auditor is below the actual materiality level. So why this actual materiality level, this materiality level is fixed below the actual materiality level is in order to take care of those transactions which will not be material alone or singly, but when they are taken together or taken cumulatively, they might be material. So in order to cover up those transactions, the auditor may fix a materiality level which is much below the actual materiality level. So this will cover all the transactions which are individually not material but taken together, it will be material. Say for the set of transactions, the materiality level is 5 lakhs. But individually, each and every transaction together, the value cumulatively, it becomes 7 lakhs. So auditor might, what happens? For each and every at the transaction level, he can keep a level. Say for example, he might say for each and every transaction, if there is any kind of misstatement, say above 50,000, I should consider it. So this concept is called as your performance materiality. In order to cover all the transactions which are not material alone, but together or cumulatively, it becomes a material one. So here the materiality will be determined and the financial statements as a whole, it will be determined by the auditor and it will vary from client to client and also from transaction to transaction, and it will be on different levels. One is your actual account balance level, one is at the transaction level, and one is at the disclosure level. And sometimes the actual materiality level that is fixed by the auditor will be much less than the actual materiality level. So the level fixed by the auditor will be less than the actual materiality level. So this materiality is called as your performance materiality. And why performance materiality is kept is to collect or to cover up transactions which are not material singly or alone, but it becomes material when they are taken together or cumulatively. So we covered what is audit risk, we covered what is materiality, and we covered what is performance materiality. Now we'll move on to the topic of what is risk of material misstatement all about. So risk of material misstatement, I can say it is a product of two different risks. So two different risks. One is your inherent risk and the other is your control risk. So total audit risk will be a product of risk